Good day, everyone. Welcome to my informative channel. All over the world, wherever you're watching me from. In the evening, morning, wherever you're watching me from. Where we borrow ourselves some bit of common sense. That's exactly what you get from this channel. Informative, common sense messages that will help us, help our children, the younger ones coming, much more. And then help we, the adults, to know how to reshape the life of those that are younger than us in our environment. I'm not saying I know too much or too better than every one of us. Even me, whatever messages are passing out from here, like I always say, it is passed on to me from our Creator. I'm also learning from it. And I thank God Almighty for doing the best I can with that. But I thought probably one or two of us can learn. Only one person. I don't need everyone. I don't need everyone. I don't need crowd. No, I'm not a kind of a crowded person. Okay? But nevertheless, today's topic is about children are not for everyone. Look around you. Children are not for everyone. Look around you. Fail society, fail community, fail environment, chaos here and there. Leaving our children for government to look after, to train them, discipline them for us. Meanwhile, it was never government who advised you or encouraged you in the first place to go and get a doll baby or a toy that you think that is the way a child is. You think that is the way a child will turn out to be. They will become dogmatic or what do they call it? Doll baby that cannot challenge you at some point. That is the reason why children are not for everyone. The younger ones needs to be learning. It is not a child's play. Parenting is not a child's play. Parenting is more than full-time job, whether you like it or not. At the same time, you have to divide yourself into I don't know how many places, 2 places, 10 places. Still go and fetch for finance to take care of those children, that family, for them to be able to have something on the table, wear something on their body, have shelter on top of their head, take care of their health, take care of their moral lifestyle and discipline, for them to be a great child that will lift the community from point A to even Z if possible. That is the kind of parenting I'm talking about here. It is not a child's play. It is not moi. It is not chicken and chips or English breakfast, salad, ikwobi, or akamu. That is not what children are from God, from our Creator. You can be immune to be able to have like more than 100 children. That does not mean that that's exactly what God wants you to do. Simply because you think, oh, really good sex so? No. You've been trained or brought up never to be able to tolerate. You cannot accommodate. You cannot be. You don't have temerity spirit to embark on a project, and despite all the difficulty tasks that will be coming left and right and center that you never expected along the line, and then you give up so easily. You are not that type that will say, this project, whether you like it or not, I will see the end of it. I did not make a mistake by starting you in the first place. So whichever stroke you want to bring upon me along the line, all the punches, I am ready for you. I don't give up anyhow. I am a go-getter, and I will see to the end, and to this, not only to the end, but to the success of the project. You thought well, did a research, prayed about it, adjust yourself and say, yes, I will see to the end of the success of this project. And whatever comes in between, along the line, I will bulldoze and I will succeed it. True, God has strengthened you. And you don't have this kind of temerity spirit, this confidence. And then you go ahead and say you want to have a child, and you don't know a child is going to be worse. Even that kind of project that that I've just narrated in a short while right now, you don't know a child is going to be like that. Then you must be joking. You must be joking. Children, you don't know that children are going to be taking and taking and taking and taking from you and never give back? Yes, you can challenge me on that. How can you say that children just taking and taking and taking and never give back? Tell me that. I know some people will be telling me, they will be telling you now that what are you talking? I have experience too. Children are going to be taking and taking and taking, and they will never give back if you don't shape them so. If you don't train them so to know the adequate full meaning and illustration of what they call family. Children don't know. If you don't train your child right from cradle, keep talking, keep speaking, keep coaching, keep training, and with your good modeling spirit, the way and manner you are carrying out your duties and day-to-day activities, that your child is also seeing you, watching you, because it's not everything you tell your child is actually being acquiring much from. But what you do in front of your child, I can assure you, it goes a long way. It is more practical, more sticky in their brain, beyond. It goes into their subconsciousness and stay there, ready to work for them in the nearest future, either good or bad, depending on whatever you're doing in front of your child. That's why I pity a lot of parents sometimes. They know how to shout and say, hey, this is what my child has turned out to be. Hey, who? Meanwhile, you actually train your child like that, never knew that you were doing it, never realized that you were doing it, and you thought everything you were telling him or her, that's what he should take, but unfortunately it's taking the one you're actually doing. Do you understand? Our younger children, our younger people needs to learn from all our mistakes, that having children is not a bed of roses. Just like getting married to a man or a woman is not a bed of roses. There are a lot of things you've got to do, or you should know that you're capable of before going into marriage, for it to actually work sometimes. Do you understand what I mean? Children is not for children. No matter how old you think you are, it has nothing much to do with age, and it has a lot to also do with age. But the maturity has to do with some of the things I've said earlier that I don't want to repeat myself. Do you understand me? Don't go and say, I want to have a child simply because, oh, you want a companion. or others are having them. Others are having 3, you too want to have 3. Others are having 2, you want to have 2. Others are having 1, you want to have 1. Meanwhile, you are supposed to have 0 and probably adopt as time goes on. Don't come and add to the problem that was on ground already, abandoning children. You come and add to it. Meanwhile, you can go and take from those that are being abandoned, dust them, clean them up, give them life, turn them to be your child, and never care of whatever anybody will say. Give life, just like the way you were giving life to yourself. Let our children learn from all our mistakes. A lot of us has made too many mistakes and we've been drowned. We've been crash landed to it and say it will never happen to me, and it happens to you. That is the reason why, because we have made so much of mistake. That is the reason why the children of nowadays, the younger ones of nowadays, need us so that they can watch what we have done wrong and how we have fallen, like a Iroko tree fallen and never grows up again, so that they will not fall like the way we fall, so that this future can be better for them. They should learn from all our mistakes and do better, and so that we can enjoy part of the better life they will create before we depart to our ancestors. Children, younger ones, please listen to me. You need us. Don't cast us away. Don't see us that we talk too much. It is because we don't want you to fall yakata. We don't want you to fall scattered. That's what yakata means. We don't want you to fall scattered like us and never amounted to anything good. I'm not saying we did not amount to something good. We can amount to something much more greater than us if you can avoid so many mistakes that we made. I know sometimes some people cannot avoid any mistake because of the way a manner was brought up. It's been ordained, designed in that way. It has nothing to do with our Creator. It has something to do with your growing up, your upbringing, what they push into you, my dear. Very important. Children are no longer for everyone. Don't think like the way our forefathers have done it, like the way we also have done it. Don't think like that. I don't think I'm regretting having the ones I have. I don't, because I am still in charge, incapable of them all. And I thank God Almighty, the way Amana is been helping me day to day to be assertive and be able to do the best I can for my children. But I tell you what, it is not every one of us that can handle that task. We cannot merge it together. Some people are so good career-wise. That is a child. A lot of people don't know. You will have children, it's a full-time job. At the same time, you will have another child called a job or a business called a business. It is another child. I keep telling people, if you want to have 2 children, mind you, think about your job or your business. It is another child. You already have 2. Have 1 child, and that is also another child you have got. Because if you want to stay full-time without, working, how will you be able to take care of your bills? And this child that we're talking about, the child will see you as a failure eventually. So that is another child. If you don't nurse that business or that work, if you don't nurse it well as well, you and your children will suffer. And if you also abandon your child, if you don't train your child very well, you and that child will suffer a greater one in future. I don't know if someone with common sense is listening to me. You can insult me for all I care, but I know one person who what I'm talking about now is happening to right now can testify to me. Leave your comments in the comment section. Insult me, contribute greatly, do whatever great things you can to encourage us, all of us together, to learn together and do something better, and think about the younger ones that are coming, that is the reason why our Creator wants me here to be pushing these messages out. Some people cannot say what I'm saying. It's harsh words to say, but we cannot continue to allow this world to be going down in jeopardy, and we will not say anything about it. And our children are falling like the way we're falling, scattered, and the community becoming more worse. The children you are going to bring up, you should be able to think well and say you are ready no matter what, so that that child can be a greater child that will not just be sucking and sucking and sucking and never give back to him himself, to you as a parent who has labored beyond a reasonable doubt, and be able to give back to his community, and be able to give back to his nation, move his community, move his nation from point A to E to K to M to P and further, and then somebody else will take over and do the same thing back to the community. Because whether you like it or whatever you breed into your children, by the time they get to government offices or get to workplaces, conglomerates, or whatever corporate affairs, corporate places, it is what they're going to give back to that place where they belong. And guess what? Everything is coming back to the community which you and I belongs into. If you have sowed hatred, wickedness into the heart of your children, or if you have sowed goodness into the heart of your children, so will it be back to us. That is why you see Africa not growing. Wickedness that our parents have sowed into the life of their children, by the time the children get to the public places, they take and take and take, they suck and suck and suck, and never know how to give back. Just like the way they've sucked and sucked their parents and never know how to give back. This is very, very important. I will tell you a story, short one if you permit me. I can tell you categorically a lot of children have sucked and sucked and sucked and never give back. If possible, even their parents die in it. I have one auntie. It's not a story from Nicaragua. And so many stories I can tell you. This auntie brought up a child with a man. Along the line, they fall apart. And then the child, she was over pampering the child. Oh, it's a child, it's a child, it's a child, it's a child. Don't talk to him. The child grow up, trouble here and there, every now and then at school. They keep calling her. You know, a woman, what much can they do? What much can she do? I'm not saying that it's not capable, but you need a man by your side most of the time. I'm telling you, that's a fact. It's a topic for another day. A good one for that matter. Not everyone that have common sense in their head anyway. So the same as a woman as well. We are guilty of the same thing. So what am I saying in the essence? You know, and to the extent this child grew up from being from school problem, and then it goes into a normal younger child, a teenager's life and all that, and it gets to issue of police now. It's not police here and there. Oh, your child is involved in this, that, and then police. Before you know, this woman has, you know, having so much trouble that she can no longer concentrate at work. And she did something, a blunder at work. She went into prison. While she was there in the prison, this boy too got involved with gangs, and then went into prison as well. Fortunately, at the end of the day, this woman came out. The child came out after, and then they reunited, and we thank God everything is fine. 6 months after, she got a call, and all of a sudden, you know, they say, oh, from a police, your child has involved into a raid in so place. I don't want to mention. And then, before you know it, she gasps, rush to the hospital through emergency. I don't need to tell you, this woman never made it. Guess what? The child never go to prison again. He did not go to prison. He survived that issue eventually. But guess what? his mother never made it. I don't know. I want to ask you a question. If that child was never alive, if this woman never gave birth to this one child, do you think if this woman will still be alive? Or you will be the type that will tell me, God give it, God take it. It is the heart of God. Because I know you people, you spiritual people over spiritual people will tell me that probably she will still not be alive. Leave your comment in the comment section. Do you understand what I mean? Do you understand what I mean? If this woman never give birth to this son of person, let me not call him another, because it can become something greater tomorrow and be able to help a lot of people in the society, in the community. I'm not saying that cannot be, but I'm telling you something here. Let's be realistic. Children are not for everyone. Do you people ever know why? Part of the reason why United Kingdom is prosperous today, I'm not saying they are. Do you ever don't want to know? Part of it is population. Control of their birth. Population control that went into individual control too. A lot of millions of British communities do not have a child, not because they cannot have a child. It is simply because they decided that no, they do not want to add to their problems. They want their community to grow. They want everybody to have a better fair share. The country where I came out from, I'll mention it. As of 1960, when we had independence, we were 45 million. According to record, go and check. 45 million when we got independent from the British people. 45 million. And as at that time, British were 55 million. 1960. Today, 2023, British population is still 66 million. How many population do we have in my country, Nigeria? Some will say 200 million, some will say 150 million, some will say over 200 million. Please, what has that population done to us? That's one of our major problems. Too many children everywhere. Some of you people, spiritual people, come and tell me here that whatever a child will eat, our Creator already given it to them when they were coming to this world. So if that is the case, why do we see a lot of children could not go to school because of school fees that the parents could not afford? Why do we see a lot of children eating on a refuse dump area? Why do we see a lot of children going to beg their neighbor for food and even be able to give to their parents? Tell me it. We have a lot of children who are extremely brilliant in Nigeria, in Africa, that can beat 100 children combined together in Europe. And yet, he was denied of going to the university, not because he failed, but because there was no school fees to go to the university. What are you people talking about here? It is high time we wise up. Read this spiritual book and get some common sense of interpretation. Do more research. Don't be stupid. It is only some certain set of people that are benefiting from this religious book. You don't. Don't be deceived. I will tell you for free. Some certain set of people, and those are your spiritual leader, not you. You are not benefiting. I can assure you that. That's a topic for another day. So you see, it is not, please, I beg you, children, listen to me. teenagers that are growing up, listen to me. 20s children, listen to me. 30s, please. Children are not for everyone. Don't add more problem to our society. It's part of your contribution. Stop this poverty growing, consuming us left and right and center. An intolerance from children as well that you can no longer cope with. This is children that when you give birth to them, you drag it their cheek. My adorable baby. Very soon, mommy, don't drag my cheek. Mommy, don't drag. He couldn't say that before. He was smiling before. Now he's telling, mommy, don't drag my cheek. The child you always kiss and peck when you are dropping them up at school. As time goes on, when he now sees his friends that because they've been saying all sort of nonsense and say you're a baby, your parents always kiss you simply because his own parent, he doesn't have a parent to kiss him or her in front of the gate. He's not happy that he doesn't have it. He's telling your child, he's bullying your child that he's a baby. Meanwhile, your child has the best mom ever, best dad ever, but he wants that child to feel sad. And then your child will come and be telling you, mommy, don't peck me anymore. Mommy, don't kiss me anymore. In front, because he's feeling. Is that the reason why you gave birth to that child in the first place? Please, I'm not saying people should not have a child, but please be very careful. Is this something? Is it really a project? A tough project you can actually embark on, and you are ready to give whatever it takes to teach that child what they call family, knows how to suck and knows how to give back to you, and that will help that child to be able to give back to his community. When the times come, this is not a matter that I'm so rich, do I need anything from my child? No, we're not talking about that here. We are not talking about that here. A child needs to learn about giving, not only taking. It is called charitable heart. He must know how to give back, whether he or she likes it or not, whether a child likes it or not. No matter how wealthy you are as a parent, gifts from your child, oh man, no matter how tiny, even though it's a pencil, a wristwatch, you will feel so emotional. Say, and meanwhile, you can buy millions of it for that same child. That is how your child will to give to his community if he found himself in the hem of affairs. We say our politicians are so wicked today, they are so greedy, they are so this, they are so that, they are so that. Meanwhile, you and you and you and you and me train that politicians to become hungmongers today, only to suck and suck and suck from all of us, but never know how to give back. And then we come back here and turn around and say, our president is so bad. What about the one you were doing to your children before they became what they would become or what they became? Please. Parenting is not for everyone. It's not a child's play. It's not for everyone. Parenting is for those who are brought up in that same limelight. Parenting are for leaders, fearless leaders, not for cowards, not for vulnerable people. Vulnerable people also needs to be taken care of like a child. No matter how old that person is, that does not guarantee the person that he can succeed in the areas of children. Please, children are not toy. They are not companion. They are going to leave you one day and marry. Some of you say, you now, you always go to embassy to go and get a visa before you can see your children or before you can talk to your children freely, especially some of us that has male children, their wife they have taken over them completely, and your child has forgotten that you never existed in his life before he could become what he becomes today. All your labors become sham. You start regretting ever having that child. Is that how it's supposed to be? A woman from nowhere in the afternoon just came from nowhere and took over the child of your life, and you can no longer have access to your own child anymore as you want to. Come on. That is part of the regret we're talking about here. It is because you were never capable in the first place. You did not create what they call unity, relationship, family, that no soul called a wife, no soul called a husband will come in between yourself and your child. No matter how grown up they are, your child will be in that position of leadership to be able to know how to galvanize all of you together as one family. If you are married to a woman, married to a man, you are a family. You are not an in-law anymore. Not brother, not son-in-law, not daughter-in-law. You are a family. It's a topic for another day. Let me go into it. I don't want to stay too long. I just hope I've passed this message, because Creator is already saying it's enough. So thank you very much today for listening to my informative channel. We'll see you again in the next chapter. Thank you, and God bless all of us.